A Man and Biosphere workshop will be held this Tuesday at the Bird Rock Beach Hotel under the auspices of the Man and Biosphere Project with the support of UNESCO and the local UNESCO Secretariat. St. Kitts and Nevis UNESCO representative Antonia Maynard explained the gist of the workshop, which will focus on building a management plan for the St. Mary's Biosphere Reserve in St. Kitts.
Where we have invited a number of major stakeholders, technicians and persons who are living in the Biosphere Reserve, for them to tell us exactly how we should build this document, this plan, this blueprint that will help us to get as much as possible out of the Man and the Biosphere program.
Mr. Maynard reiterated that the St. Mary's Biosphere Reserve is the only one in the English-speaking Caribbean. He stressed that the Man and Biosphere Project helps to mitigate against climate change.
So we have involved over the years many students from the secondary schools in trying to teach them active learning with respect to best practice, best environmental practice. This is very important. We have to teach the young and change their minds on how they interact with the environment.
Meanwhile, Ms. June Marie, a UNESCO consultant, has been in St. Kitts and Nevis for the past week, meeting with environmental stakeholders, including those who live within the St. Mary's Biosphere Reserve. She is from St. Andres, which is a chain of islands off the coast of Colombia and is also a biosphere reserve.
On our islands, for example, there is one thing I can tell you about. We depend a lot on a land crab that migrates to the ocean to spawn. So we need to create a better environment, in a sense, for those land crabs because we eat them, and many people live their livelihood depends on this land crab. And so we see that we have to protect the forests because they live, the adults live in the forest and they go to the ocean. So we have to protect this way they take. They have to cross roads sometimes. And so we see people really during the spawning time, which occurs between April and July every year, people literally taking the stopping vehicles from passing where these crabs are moving to the ocean. So people understand the relationship between what they eat, their food security, with protecting nature, and in this case it's a land crab. So if our ocean is not clean enough, if our forest is if we cut down the trees, we are destroying the habitat for these crabs.
St. Mary's is one of the first biosphere reserves of the Caribbean island countries and serves as an example of village participation in efforts to preserve the outstanding mosaic of natural and cultural landscape values. The program locally is coordinated under the auspices of the St. Kitts and Nevis UNESCO office.